Okay. Welcome. That was a little weird. Things got frozen there. Took a while for that loop to go in. Welcome to the monthly Q&A for Cardboard East. Normally, this is reserved for my Patreons, but I thought every now and then I'll just open it up to the masses and let them know. If you're not being able to watch, please make sure that you subscribe and then wait a few minutes and then you'll be able to join the chat. I do that because I don't want to deal with bots, because bots are a pain to deal with. Welcome, Brad Winters. You are number one. Hello, sir. This is usually done to let people know like what's going on with Cardboard East, share some of my things, talk about some of the cool things that's been happening over the last month or so. This whole summer, I've been extremely stressed because I've been dealing with just with work stuff, dealing with 2 Kickstarters back to back, dealing with the Game Makers, which took a lot of my time. And then as that is kind of winding down and I'm paying attention to it, I have to build yet another Kickstarter for Zombie Princess and Haunted Mouse. So that's been taking the bulk of my time, and then trying to squeeze little bits here and there for time to do to play games and to create content about playing games. So that's been eating up a lot of my times there. Hello, Rob Cook and Crimson Board Games. Very cool. Thank you for being here. Let's see here. Some of the things that people ask me is like, what was your favorite thing that you got at Essen Spiel? Because I just got back last Monday. So this is like pretty much most of my haul here. I have to say that out of everything I got, this is probably my favorite. This little guy. This is from Bad Comet. A lot of board game publishers do plushes, and they always try to make their plushes unique. I mean, usually it's just their IP made into a cute form, but this one has like a little magnet that you put underneath your shirt, so that way it just sits on your shoulder. Let me see if I can show it to you here, just like that. And I thought this was such a cool idea. And no, things have fallen. It's okay, but we'll take care of that. But I just thought this is such a cool, fun idea, and it was really neat to have this on. I would often mess with people at Spiel to be like, "What's that on your shoulder?" And be like, "What's what?" Sometimes I actually initially forgot, because you just forget that it's here. And if you kind of slide them over a little bit more towards your shoulder, and you can push them over here to where they're kind of like out of sight. And like I'm looking directly at you, I don't see him at all. Like it's just, if I look here, then he's there, and you just forget that they're there, and it's just pretty fun to have. I thought this was a really great idea to make a plush unique, and it's definitely something that I would love to see more of. Rob Cook says, it was nice to see you at the Bezier booth last week. Yes, thank you so much for stopping by. The Bezier booth was really busy. We had one of our volunteers get sick beforehand, so we were a little bit tight on some of the days. If you're asking me which game I played the most here so far, the answer is Zombie Princess, because I demoed this at Spiel, so I played a lot of Zombie Princess and Haunted Mouse. I just played the most of that. There were a lot of games that I was excited about, but I think the one that I saw that I was the most excited about, like as soon as I saw it, I'm like, whoo! I got excited about was this one, Carcassonne Winter Edition. Carcassonne is like one of the early games for me. If you're not familiar with a Winter Edition, like one, you just can't find it in the US. It's really hard to find. And two, it's just a snow map. It's just everything needs snow. And I have a huge weakness for snow maps. So if a game has a snow map, I'm instantly intrigued. It's like, oh, cool. And what's even cooler is that the map board has snow on it. It's like, oh, it's just really cool. There's like Christmas trees, there's snow on the mountains, and on the back, there's more snow. So it's the same Carcassonne. There's nothing different. It's just it has snow. Now I'm curious, like if there are people ice skating on the river, that would be cool. But we'll see. But overall, like this was the one I was the most excited about. I think it's the one I geeked out the most about. Lisa says, new people this month. Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad to see everyone here. There are some other great things that were really great. Uh, one of the things happened was that the Bisay booth is in Hall 2, which is a very weird hall to be in. Because like halls 7, 6, 5, 4 are all like family games. Or usually like a lot of Asian publishers are there. So there's just a lot of people that are game it there. Hall 3 is for like all the big Kickstarter, hardcore, heavy Euro games. So that's like it's by far the most crowded hall, and it might be everyone's most excited hall to go to, but it's everyone's least favorite hall to walk in because it's just you're just sardines cramped. It's very uncomfortable. I try to avoid Hall 3 whenever possible. Hall 1 is like TCGs, RPGs. You got to see the biggest booth in out of the whole con was Hall 1, which is the League of Legends booth. They had like some TCG, I believe. But when you walk past the booth, it's really funny because you're like, oh, board game, RPG, video game money. And you just see that booth and you're like, that's what video game money can buy you. And it's just this really nice double-decker booth with stairs. And you're just like, that's video game money. That's what video game money gets you. Hall 2 is this weird miscellaneous hall. You are next to like this artist booth area, so you see all this great, cool independent art. Right across from us was like a whole bunch of dice that people were selling, and there's also mead. Like you can go buy mead and drink mead, and I got a few pictures of people like downing mead. It was just for us to be there was weird. So every now and then, when I needed to take a break or run to the restroom, and you're walking around the hall, you just see all these weird random things. So someone is selling swords because that was just a cool thing to do in Hall 2. Where to see Crimson Board Games. I call it Hell 3. It's yeah, dude. Hall 3 sucks. Like it's just so painful to walk through. Zamaki Gaming. Hello, bro. Zamaki Gaming is, if you don't know who Zamaki Gaming is a really cool Thai content creator and like publisher and board game designer now. He was demoing his game that was recently fulfilled on crowdfunding in Hall 1. Only thing from an Asian publisher in Hall 1. So kudos to you, sir. But one of my coolest encounters was, besides having a beer with Zamaki, that was good times. Was running into Semi Co-op, and they gave me a semi co-op bag of crude nauten. And if you don't know what crude nauten is, it's basically just like gingerbread, like little cookies. But oh my gosh, they're so addictive. They're so addictive. Like I have a little soy sauce bowl here. I try to limit myself to like one of these a day, although I just really giant crude nauten by the end of the week. So it's good. Nice little snack. Like the pace out the week. Let's get some coffee here. Shane Masaneko, I apologize if I said that wrong, asks, if money was no object, what would your booth look like? Wow. Well, if money was no object, I would probably do like all the licensing meetings would be on a second floor. So that way everyone crawls up, goes up there, and then the demo meeting is up top there, as well as we have like an extra demo table there. And that's just because one, it's less noisy. So that way you could hear people there. Two, the people who come up the stairs on that second floor will feel special, will feel really cool. And it's really cool to see when you're on a second floor of a convention, like you're raised up and you could see across all the booths. That's really, really cool. So obviously that's where your licensing table should go. And if you're going to demo the game to any content creators, like you should have a demo table exclusively up there. That would be really cool. Probably the most important thing is that you would have enough volunteers. It'd be like one volunteer for every table, like 2 volunteers for the transaction booth area, and then maybe a few floaters. So that way you always have someone who could take a break in case anything bad happens. I would have like a whole bunch of demo tables on the ground floor. I would on the, like a nice concentric circle, and in the center circle, I would have 2 people, one here, and they would just be sitting there in the booth. And that's if people want to buy games. So on the outside circle, you would at the outside donut, you would play games, and then you go to the center circle to buy games. And then if you're a content creator or if you're someone that is interested in licensing one of our games, you go up the second floor to the special tables there. That's how I would design my booth if money were no object. And that's pretty close to combining like League of Legends and like the all play booth together. I kind of like that. Having like little things dangling over each table to show where it is, having a nice little trim around each table so that way components don't get knocked off. Having some be standing, having some be sitting. I think that's totally within my realm. I'm going really far into this, but that's kind of like how I would design it. Crimson board games. Oh my God, Krugnon. Yeah, they're the best from the Netherlands. It's really good. Like if no one knows what they are, like there are shops that sell nothing but this, and this is like a seasonal thing too, which is absolutely wild to me. I don't know why you would just not eat this all the time. For people from the Netherlands, my favorite way to eat these is to take one plain one and then one with chocolate and kind of make like a little Pokemon ball and then like cook it into my mouth and just kind of like let it just sit there and dissolve slowly. Yeah, I had a lot of time to eat the. The thing though is that the Krugnon is great because you get to snack on it when you're punching out all these games. I'm really shocked that my games, I shipped them out on Sunday and they arrived on Thursday. Like within 4 days, all the way from Germany, all the way here within 4 days is pretty impressive. Space isn't the issue when you're shipping things, it's weight. So one night, I think it was Saturday night, I spent most of my night just eating Krugnon, like just snacking on Krugnon, listening to something on like on Netflix, and then just punching out all of these games, punching out all the sprues, throwing all the sprues out, seeing if because it's the EU, if a lot of games come with multiple language rule books, so everything that's not English gets thrown away. Sometimes you throw away inserts. I like some of the inserts that have art, but some of them like just got to go away. You got to throw away, and just cram everything in. The second thing is that once you lower the weight of everything, you got to Matryoshka doll everything, like put things in other things and put things in other things, kind of cram things in for space. Weight is number 1, space is number 2. It was really interesting because I should have paid more attention to this with the shipping. But when you ship games from Essen, and you can do that there, it's in Hall 7. You go up there with all your games, you put it in a box, you fill out some forms, and you ship it. The forms were a big pain in the butt because you have to go what is the country of origin for each game, and then I have no idea what that means, and I don't know if that means like if it's the manufacturer of that game or if it's just the country of the publisher. No idea. I just filled it out. Country of the publisher. And because they're all opened, I'm not selling them, so maybe. And you shouldn't be able to. Tariffs would not affect you if you're an American. That's probably the most important question there. The next thing was weight. I think it was like 0 to 5 kilograms, 5 to 10 kilograms, 10 to 20 kilograms, which is a huge spread. Like 10 to 20 kilograms is a lot, and then over 20 kilograms is very unlikely. So all of my stuff came in around 17 kilograms, which means I think that I punched out 3 kilograms worth of weight. So I think it was worth it staying up that Saturday night punching. It's one of those things where you're like, man, I'm not really sure if it's really worth it. Hi, Brooke. Your haul was wild. Yeah, it's wild. There are a lot of games here. A lot of games. I played a lot of them already, though. So let's talk about some of them. One of the cool things I picked up were these. This looks like a little tiny bag, and I know it's really silly, but it's from Europa Space, which is from Plate Games, And it's like a Europa mine, except planets. But people had trouble with the curves because they didn't understand how curves work. So like now they came out with flat planets. So this is like an octagon planet. This is planet Earth as a square, which is really funny. This is a black hole, if you've never seen one, as a square. This is Saturn as a square. So this is the sun as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some polygon. Sorry, my math is bad. And, I was really glad to pick these up. So I'm really glad to play Europa Space with straight lines. So that should help out a lot of people. You should bring a scale for the next con and do a pre-post weigh-in. I probably should. That's something that I should definitely look into. The problem is that when you ship them, it's the weight of the box, and then I have nothing else to put the games on to weigh it. I guess there are some bags. I could probably use some bags. But like these were a fun little pickup. What are some other things? Oh yes, this was so Veil of Eternity is one of my favorite games from Korea. And I was like, oh, cool. There's a new expansion. How cool could this expansion be? And the answer is really cool because I thought like the last expansion just added more cards. I was like, great, cool artifacts. So rotating player powers. That's kind of neat. Do I really need another one? And then the answer is yes, yes, yes. You need another one because this one adds unique player powers. So then I just have this permanent ability that is just me. And then it also adds these crazy over-the-top powered cards that are just incredibly strong. So it makes it a lot of fun. Like this makes it a lot of fun. And you also have these curses, like this cool little curse tree. And these curses are worth negative points at the end of the game. But you could use them up to power like these big, powerful dragons and things that can happen. Like when you just score tons of points. Crazy OP stuff. So yeah, curses is wild. Good times. Lisa asks, is this a Spiel only thing or will it be available in the future? This, I'm not sure. Oh, cool Europa Space pieces. Yes, it is not just a Spiel thing. It will be available in the future. I think right now it is Korea only, but it should open up on their store, which is access to the U.S. market. So they should be able to have some eventually. But yes, that is that. Some other things were really funny that I really enjoyed was some of the party games you get to play because you like at late at night. I can't handle resource management like late at night when I'm just after a long day of work. So sometimes you get the party games out there. Tomatos was a lot of fun, but my favorite thing about Tomatos is the cover. It's people throwing tomatoes at, and then I love this little boy here. He got whacked by tomatoes and he's crying. Yeah, that's me. I'm laughing at the kid crying. That's I think it's hilarious. I think it's just when I look at the kid, it was really funny. And they had this art blown up to this giant wall. And you see this kind of like life-size version of this kid just crying. And I thought it was funny. I'm sorry. I took the misery of a child and I thought it was hilarious. Jedi Sith asks, so glad to catch your live more and more. I shared your channel on Reddit when people are looking for new games. Oh, thank you very much. Our recommendations are so diverse. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Crimson Board Games asks, what is life if you can't laugh at kids cry? It was just funny. It was just really funny because you see at I probably should have taken a picture of it. At Korea Board Games booth, you have like planes fighting. You have like this cool underwater motif. You have Phantom of the Opera, so dramatic, and then you have Tomatos with tomatoes flying and this kid crying because he has tomatoes all over him. Like the juxtaposition of those was quite funny. Speaking of Korea Board Games, like they had Phantom of the Opera, which came out before, and I got to meet Gunnil. This is my second time I'm meeting Gunnil. Gunnil speaks no English, so it was a very short conversation. But they did improve this. I didn't know how they would improve it, but they did. And I think because in the original one, what they did is on the music sheet. And the original one, it was just where the notes are. So if the note is on the line or below a line, then the phantom has to win. And if it's not, the phantom has to lose. And it was very, very confusing. But now it's very simple. It's like it's dark or a whole note, right? If it's an empty note there, empty note, phantom loses. Filled in note, phantom has to win. Clean, super clean, very easy to understand, and it doesn't ruin the aesthetic of the game. So I was really happy to see that. I'm just happy in general to see like a nicer version of Gundam's two-player trick-taking games come out. That was really nice to see. So if you were thinking about a nice two-player trick-taking game, I think this one is definitely one to get. It's a very clever one. I talked about before on the channel. Tornado Splash in the ArcLight booth. Let's talk about that really quick because I was in Hall 5. I was really, really shocked and kind of humbled in a weird way because sometimes when you make content and you just send it out there, I mean, you don't know who's going to watch. You have no idea how it impacts people. And when you see that the content that you make, like, influences others' decisions, it really makes me like second guess myself. Like, did I hype that game up too much? I mean, I try to be honest in it, and I'm just naturally a very excited person. So when I talk about Tornado Splash and how cool and how fun it is and how simple the game is, I wasn't expecting that to resonate with a lot of people, but apparently it did with a lot of people. And when you went to the ArcLight booth, every day there are about 100 people lined up to get something, and it's sold out. Like, I constantly heard stories about people like, the line cut like 3 people behind me, the line cut like 6 people in front of me. I missed out, and it was really, really amazing to see that. So a lot of people got Tornado Splash. People enjoyed it. People came up to me and at Spiel were like, "I played Tornado Splash. It was so much fun." And I was like, "Yeah, it's great, right? It's not." And they're like, "Yeah, it's not the greatest game." It's like, that's what I said. It's not the greatest game, but it's fun and it's gorgeous to look at on the table with all this water, like, kind of moving around. It's very hypnotic looking, and for what the game is, it's very simple, but it looks really, really cool. And I was really happy to see that a game that is just a fun game. I mean, it's meeples on jet skis running on your table. And just to see like a game that's as simple and fun like that be really, really popular was humbling in a way. And it was really nice to see that. Shane, my Senko, my Japanese is terrible. I was going to get Tornado Splash at TGM Spring, but was out of money. Hoping I can get it next month at TGM Fall. You mean this month? It's this month at TGM Fall, which is wild. It's in like 2 weeks, which is crazy close. 2-3 weeks, yeah. So yeah, Tokyo Game Market Fall is coming up. I don't know if I'm going to pick up any games. I think I'm going to pick up like maybe 2 or 3 games. There are like 2 or 3 games there that I'm pretty interested in. Is this working? Can everyone hear me? I think so, right? Hello. Yes. Hello. You should be proud. Legion Games channel said you specifically got him to import Tornado Splash. See, diverse recommendations are your special social power. Oh yeah, tongue sticking out. I said, yeah, Legion Games said that. He also said, it's like, I hate you, Jay, for making me spend money, which is funny. I got a lot of that too. At Spiel, I was like, I didn't make you spend money, guys. And that's y'all thing. I'm just showing you all the cool things that are coming out from Asia. And there are so many cool things out there. I was really happy to see that Magic number 11 expansion sold really well at Spiel. The dexterity, I didn't know how I'd feel about the dexterity in the game for the onside kicks, but it worked really well. And I think that's with dexterity and dice rolling, they both have these really high highs where you're like, there's this quiet tension in the room where you're like, flick it, and people get and they're super excited about it. And I think that's what you need in a sports game. You need like those breathtaking moments of like shouting like high highs. Because when you make like this onside kick and you doop, it's not an onside kick, it's something else. I watch a lot of North American football. But when you make it, like people will just be like, "Oh!" I mean, it's more exciting than flipping a half-filled water bottle and making it land straight. It's more exciting than that, and that's pretty exciting by the younger generation standards. Is that me taking a shot at the younger generation? Maybe, but I mean, my generation did a lot of stupid stuff too, so it evens out. I just lucked out that my generation stuff isn't on the internet. That's why I can have nice jobs. Moving on. So many games here. Oh, yes. Let's see here. So, Jakarta traffic really, really, really caught my eye. First, it's bright and colorful, full of neon stuff. Comes from Indonesia, hence Jakarta, right? This is a little bit more this is a little bit more personal for me because I have driven a car in Indonesia and it is absolutely terrifying. One, because steering wheel's on the other side. And when we landed, we got off the plane, go to the parking lot. He was like, "Oh, are you Jay?" I was like, "Yes, I'm Jay." It's like, "Yeah, I got your rental car. Come with me." So I go there. The wheel is on the other side. And like my wife looks at me and is like, are you cool with this? It's like, well, I'm not walking around this island, so I just have to be cool with it. And there are so many scooters on the road. I mean, there's like oceans of it. I put a reel up or TikTok up like a long, long time ago. But it's just a lot of people. And this is a game about driving your scooter around Jakarta. And it's a nice pick up and deliver system, but it's really, really clever. And I really love that. I love how there's like this central board here that says like certain orders are worth more depending on it, and people can steal orders from each other. Really, really clever. So sometimes you're trying to time the order that you get. These buildings move around, so there's a little bit of a puzzle there, and you have to stop every now and then to charge your phone, and everyone has like a little phone board here. It's really, really clever. I was really, really impressed by this game. And it's by Simon Schmeider, who lives in Indonesia. I was really impressed by that. But oddly enough, it was his Durian game that sold out, like on day 1 or 2. Like Jakarta, big box game, didn't sell out. Tiny little card game about durian, smuggling durian, sold out. I think it's I want to say it's more about the smuggling and less about the durian, but I mean, who knows? Everyone likes doing something naughty every now and then. Some of the other cool things that was there is, oh yes, biggest surprise by far was Yote. This is a board game from Hokkaido. They were in Hall 5. I knew nothing about them because not every publisher puts their games on the BGG list. I just do the BGG list because it's a little bit easier. You can also put your game on the Spiel app. The Spiel app is a little bit weird though, because you can't get on the Spiel app unless you put a price on your game, and some publishers haven't decided what the price is. So then you have to decide if it's going to be higher or lower. And then if it's lower, and then people go to your booth and it's actually higher than that, then they get upset and you have to deal with it. If it's really high, they might not even come to your booth. So but they'll be happy that, oh, it's cheaper than what it says on the app. So you're kind of in this weird thing. But Yote is absolutely gorgeous. Their booth looked like the inside of an apartment. Like they put a clock on the wall. They put like a little like a temporary hook and then hung someone's jacket there. Like, and it was a jacket that they would wear in the evening because it's super cold in Germany in October. And they had like the furniture there, and it looked like an apartment. It was really, really cute. They come from Hokkaido. The artist is from Hokkaido. The whole team is from Hokkaido. All the things that you're playing are from Hokkaido. There's even wood in this game, and the wood components, the wood comes from Hokkaido. And what's really cool is like it comes with this nice little sleeve. I mean, this is their first game. They even told me, oh, we have no idea what we're doing. It comes in this nice little magnet box here. It's really nice. It's a gorgeous little addition of a game. They have like these cool little things here. They talk about the game. Nice sell sheet for it. It's very simple rule book. They had a tuck box for all the cards, right? We didn't need that, but it's kind of cool. But they even have this. These are these little things that you have to make. And inside here, you put potatoes. And because potatoes are a thing in Hokkaido. If you don't know where Hokkaido is, it's like the northern island of Japan, and it's where they do a lot of skiing. And it's weird because, and you also have like your player tokens. Your player tokens, like your little workers, look like the characters, but these are the people that are there, like it's their team. And when you look at the game, you're like, oh, that's you. Oh, that's you. That was a little strange. But you take your potatoes and you put them in your little bin and you place it on cards. And it's funny because it's basically just Splendor. It's like it's like a variant of Splendor where occasionally, every now and then, you put you instead of just drafting a card immediately, you put your work on the card. And some of the cards have bidding, have like this little closed bidding system, and you put your potatoes in here, and you can even bid 0. And it's funny to play a game with these cute little wooden components and just to look at your opponent and be like, I don't think you have that many potatoes. Because you're thinking like, I know they have at least, they start the game with 5, they spend a few, you maybe have 3 more. I don't think you have that many, I don't think you got the potatoes. And you're bidding the game with this. And it's just, it adds a very cute factor to it. It's very, very, very charming. I mean, it's essentially just Splendor, but it's a very, very charming game. The box is gorgeous. The card art is really, really pretty. And it's just, I mean, it kind of looks like that. You can kind of see this is what the game's setup looks like. And you're just collecting cards and scoring points. And every now and then you're bidding with potatoes. But it's a really gorgeous game. And it has a lot of charm to it that you don't see in a lot of other games. And it's just really nice to see something like this to come out. That's not like super money driven. It's more art driven. And I think that's a nice, refreshing feel to see when you're looking at games. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Yote. It's so gorgeous. All locally made. You have piqued my interest. Yeah, the whole game is locally made. Everything about this game was made in Hokkaido, which is just wild to me. But yeah, it's a really cute game. Now, it's kind of, in a way, it's just Splendor. You know, the more cards you get, you get level tier 1, tier 2, and you get tier 3, and tier 3 is where like you get most of their points. But it's, I mean, essentially just Splendor, but there's a lot of charm to it, and it's really cute. So it's, yeah. Some of the things that are just, oh, it's just another game, and I hate to say that, but I mean, that's what it is. I got to play earlier today. Scylla. I think it's what it's called. It's Scylla from Korea. Now, they had an English rule book. And this one, I think the box had a little bit of a dent. That's the problem when you ship things because, like you don't know if it's going to get dent. I had a few games that get a little dent, a little bit. This one's like a tiny bit there. I hold it up here. You can kind of see it with the reflection of the light. Not too bad, but it's fine. This is what the game looks like. Looks really cool. You have all these 3D little chonky wooden bits on a little board. And essentially, it's just I draft a character card that determines a turn order for the next round and also gives me resources now. Then I place a tile down like Carcassonne, and it's got to make sense, forest to forest, pond to pond, building to building. And then I score points for that. And then I could use the resources that I have to build buildings like these big structures here. And that's it. Wash, rinse, repeat. That's the whole game. It's very clean, pretty simple, but it's fun. It's interesting, though, because like Carcassonne is one of my favorite games. And the twist of Carcassonne is that you when you place a tile, you don't necessarily score points. You more often than not, you score 0 points. And there's this risk versus reward of like, I'm going to make something bigger and score more points later on. Hopefully, maybe if I can complete it, right? Because my guy could get trapped there on the map. And that's part of the little strategy of Carcassonne. Whereas this, every time you place a tile, you can just score in points. Boom, score points. Boom, score points. Boom, score points. And you're trying to balance that out with your resources that you get so you could build something and build something on top of a tile. So there's a little bit of balance there. Also, each character that you have, every person you play, each player will have their own unique player power because you're one of these historic figures. One of the cool things about this, though, and I was really, really happy that they did this. Let me see if I can put it here. They put it here. No, rulebook is like 8 pages. I mean, it's this massive thing, but it's only 8 pages. So it's a very, very light game. Oh, yes, here it is. So they included this with the game. Part of it is also to show you how to store everything in the insert. I mean, that's great, right? You want this because I hate it when there's a cool insert, and then I have no idea how to put everything in there. And like when the game's done, I'm like, I don't know how to do it. I didn't take a photo beforehand. Anyway, side rant over. This is cool because this tells you the whole history of the game. I mean, like all the buildings in the game are historic buildings, and it tells you the whole history behind them, like what they are, who built them, all the characters that you could play. It tells you who all those people are, what they did, how they contributed to society. And I think that makes the game even cooler. It takes something that I didn't know and makes it more relevant. And it shows like, yeah, they put a lot of effort into this game. They put a lot of planning into the game, and it's really smart. And I think, yeah, that's really cool. I like it. But it did feel different than Carcassonne. I do want to say that. I mean, I throw Carcassonne out because it's square tiles, and I think it's when you play games long enough. Anytime you see a game with square tiles, your mind is instantly going to think Carcassonne. And no matter what, like if you're designing a game, you're developing a game, you're publishing a game, and it has square tiles, you just have to accept the fact that people are going to compare it to Carcassonne. That's just the way it is. Questions. If you have questions, don't forget to type them out there. I'm going to talk more about this, but if there's a question, I love answering questions. It's just how I do it. I think I go to the university here every semester to give a lecture on game design, and I usually just keep it as a Q&A where students ask questions and I answer it because I figure that's if they have a question, that means they have something that they want to know, and it's better and easier for me just to give that answer to them. That way, it maximizes the utility of it. Like they're getting more of their money's worth for more of their time's worth being there in that lecture. Of course, there's a problem that they often ask the wrong questions. Lisa asks, which games are you most excited about? Man, oh man. There are a lot of games out there. There are a lot of games I'm really excited about. I showed you, I'm really excited about Carcassonne Winter Edition because I'd love to know. Yote, I got to the table and it was really, really charming. Scylla, I was really excited about. Got it to the table. Jakarta Traffic, I was really excited about. Got it to the table. I was really happy I got those big box games. You know what I'm really excited about that I did get to the table was also moving these towers. I got 108 Outlaws to the table. This is from Oregon. And it's from my favorite Chinese novel or story. It's really weird. When you go up in America, there are lots of classic books. I don't know, like maybe 100, 200 books that are classic books. If someone's read them, oh yeah, it's a classic book. Oh yeah, Tom Sawyer, yeah, Huckleberry Finn, like The Great Gatsby. Like these are classic like English books, and you expect to read a good portion of them when you're growing up. Oh, Shakespeare, yeah, good chunk. You expect to read some of those in your school curriculum, K to 12, right? Everyone just expects that. In China, there's only 4. There's only 4 of them. And they are Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Dream of the Red Chamber. There's Hong Mong, Journey to the West, which is what Most people know Dragon Ball, the original not Dragon Ball Z, but Dragon Ball was modeled after Journey to the West. And then there's Watermarsh, the Outlaws of the Watermarsh, Shui Hu Zhuan. And that's what this one's based off of. And out of the four, the Watermarsh one is my favorite. It's basically just like it's like the Seven Samurai. It's except it's like 108 different outlaws, kind of all band together and just fighting injustice in this land. And and yeah, they go through this. It's a big epic story, so they have time to go into like all 108 outlaws and what they do and what their dreams are. This one is I'm pretty excited about. I got to play it very briefly, and I'm not sure if I played it right, but I really like how simple the card play is. You know, you just play a card and you do stuff with it, and then you're trying to score these points, trying to do these contract fulfillments with it. I follow it in line of a tableau builder card game, kind of like Race for the Galaxy. And I love Race for the Galaxy. I love Glory to Rome. They're like two of my favorite card games of all time. And this is one that's, I think, in that schoolyard. So I'm really happy with it. Each card is unique, and they didn't have to do it. But the gold cards, as well as like all the cool characters, all have foil. Like I think that's really neat. And the star player card has foil on it. They didn't have to do that, but I think that little touch makes it cool. Like oh, I can do this legendary warriors, and he's made a foil. Very, very cool. Brad Winters asks, I saw Sweetlands on the table back there. I thought you already had that. Is it a different version? Yes and no. I did a review of it many last year, months ago. And finally, that Kickstarter fulfilled, and I got my copy there. I just put it on this table because it arrived, I think, right before I left. And some of these games that are on this table are things that arrived while I was away. I did leave, I think, a week early just to do some traveling in Germany. I went to like Munich, Frankfurt, Cologne, and then finally Essen. Out of those four places, Munich was by far my favorite. Big epic park in the middle of the city, and I had a Breaking Bad bar, which is really cool. I had a cocktail that had like dry ice in it. Very cool. Someone had one that had like all these fire and explosions. One had an astronaut with a jetpack going. One that's a giant flame that went up, kind of like a flaming Dr. Pepper. It was very, very cool. I had a good time. And the whole bar was like themed Breaking Bad, including the menu, which was a periodic table. Very cool. Like one of the coolest bespoke cocktail bars I've ever been to. Very cool. That answered the Sweetlands. Best food you had on the trip? Ooh, I don't know. You know, here's the thing: is that it's very easy to say sausages, but I will tell you that when you spend 2 weeks in Germany, it's basically your first reaction is, "Wow, there are no vegetables." And two, it's like water's expensive, and you realize that one of the cool things about America is that there's just water fountains everywhere. Free water for everyone. You fill it, water station. Here you go. Just water. Not that way in Europe. But I think my favorite meal was probably this Turkish restaurant that I went to, and I had lamb kebabs. Lamb is my protein of choice. Middle Eastern, Central Asian lamb, grilled lamb is just it's like heaven for me. And the fact that this restaurant had that and I got to eat that, I was super happy. And that was in Cologne. That was my favorite meal overall. Probably second favorite meal was I went to the Panda Party. There were lots of different parties. Like Kickstarter had a party, Backer Kid had a party, like all these publishers had a party. Hachette had a party. But the Panda Party is outside of where the parties usually are, and like 90% of the stuff on the menu was vegetables, and that was really nice just to have. I'm not eating heavy fried food all the time, and I was very happy about that. Those are like my favorite meals from there. You got Ghost Lift. It sold out before my friends could nab it, but I'm getting a copy at PAX U. Oh, that's fascinating, Brooke. I did not know that Ghost Lift is going to go to PAX U. That's very interesting. I I didn't know that Endgames is going to PAX U. I'm very surprised when a Japanese publisher goes to PAX Unplugged, because PAX Unplugged is the same weekend this year as Tokyo Game Market. I know Oink is going to be there. No, no one from Oink is going to be there. Oh no, it won't be there for everyone, just for you. Awesome, even better. That's the best type of it. Let's look at Ghost Stuff right now. Oh my goodness. So Endgames, I mean, their best game is Nikosu Dice. And this is like the ultimate later version. I have the original first printing of it in the back somewhere, but now this is the big nice one that everyone wants. And I'll probably play with this one and then have that one for prosperity. It's really weird. There are two ways to flex in this hobby. There's two ways. It's the I got the ultimate Kickstarter ultimate deluxe ultimate fan edition. That's one flex. You know, the other flex is I got the first printing, 500 copies flex. And now I can flex both. So it's it's pretty weird. I mean, no matter which copy you get, it's the exact same game. The only difference is that this one has items that are nice. So like this says tiered trump, and then one of the dice can fit in here, and you stick it there. Usually when I play it, I just put it on top of the box of the game, and everyone just saw what it was. I usually took out a coin or something from my pocket, put it on the table, and then put the dice on the coin. And now this one just kind of keeps it more in place. The other cool thing about this was that it has these little player boards here. So that way it shows the tiered trump of it, like weakest, second, third, the strongest trump. And that kind of helps you as the player see like what is in your hand, as well as help other players. Also, the graphics on the cards are just mildly better. But yeah, I mean, you don't need those two little things to enjoy Nokosu Dice or Noxu Dice. Da-da-da. Your shirt is amazing, and I want it. Oh yes, My Neighbor Totoro. If you want to get this game, this shirt, this is from Uniqlo. Uniqlo is one of my favorite stores, and I go to Uniqlo every time I go. In fact, when I visit my mom in California, I also visit the Uniqlo. I'm like, I'm really excited to see my mom. But part of it is because there's a Daiso and a Uniqlo right next to where she lives. So I have to admit that. And Uniqlo has deals with different IPs, like every season, every quarter, every half year. And then they just happen to have a Studio Ghibli one recently. And you can go, if you live in America, you can buy it online. They have an online store. They have like a few shops in the US. I got this one because, and when I found out they have Studio Ghibli ones, like, oh, I'm getting the Totoro one, I'm getting the Tanuki one, I'm getting the Howl's Moving Castle one, and I was very, very happy with that. Love this shirt. But let's talk about Ghost Lift. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. This is one of the ones. This is a ladder climbing game, I believe. But what I love most about it is that it has this Edward Gorey style art done by Sai Beppu, which is great to see her range. But like, if you don't know who Edward Gorey is, Edward Gorey is one of my favorite. He was basically Tim Burton before Tim Burton was a thing. Ed Gorey did this style of artwork. He has one like of Edward Gorey's like A to Z's, and each page is just a letter of the alphabet and about an orphan who died in this very hilarious, painful way. Like E is for Edward, who died, who wasted away through ennui. He just like died of boredom. Really hilarious. And it's just really, really charming and really, really funny. So when I saw that there's a game that had that art style, instantly intrigued. In fact, that Sai did it. I'm like, oh, even better. It has like this cute little dial that I had to put together. But all these tokens were here, right? It comes with all these little tokens. And these tokens are all, I mean, this is the big negative for me, is that it comes in this tight little case here. I probably would have preferred just a bag, and that way I could just like dump it all out and store it like this, because they're all different numbers, right? And when you have it like this, I have no idea what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have to neatly arrange it here. I think a bag would have just been a little bit easier. Jedi Sith says, Edward Goy, this is a new rabbit hole for me. Jay, you are a wealth of goodness beyond just board game. Edward Goy is amazing. It's a fantastic rabbit hole, and the best part is that it's a finite rabbit hole. Like there is an end to it. I mean, the dude only lived so long, and he only made so much art. So I think you could have like 2 or 3 compendiums, and that's it. Great, great dive. I had his books, and I sold them a long time ago, and I feel really bad about it. But excellent style. I love his alphabet book. It's great, and you can probably see it online for free. But the artwork for these cards is great. Like these are really great. I love how these big numbers are here. Everything about it is just really, really cool. I love the art style. I love how bright green, lime green it is. It's really good. Look at that. That's like this nice little red rum kind of reference here. Really, really great artwork. I'm really happy to see Saibepu would like stretch herself and do like all sorts of new artwork here. Yeah, really great. I'm really excited about this. If you're going to PAX Unplugged, I think for PAX Unplugged, I'm not going to do anything really fancy. I think at night, I think once the vendor hall closes, I'm just going to go eat dinner really fast, go straight to the hall again, and then just play games. And play games all night. So if you are there and you want to play games with me, look for me. I'll be in that big hall just playing games, I think, all night, every night, because this is just, I want to play games. That's all I want to do. I want to play games. But yeah, Ghost Lift, really, really cool looking game. Really glad I picked it up. Oh, Saved by the Devil. Shane asks, what is the shortest, fastest game you got at Essen? What is the longest game? Ooh, I haven't played all the games that I got at Essen, but I think the shortest game would probably have to be Tokyo Highway Driver's License. It is a 15-minute game, and it's just a very simple card laying game where you're building Tokyo Highway, essentially. You're building these cards on top of each other. Very, very simple. I think they have a nice, let's look at the rule book here. Yeah, they have like, it's a very, very simple game. But it looks really nice and it looks really cool. And I'm doing a knitting video. I wanted to get it done before Spiel, but I couldn't do it. I'm just going to review every single knitting game. And it's going to be, I'm really, really excited about that. That's on my list. That's probably the shortest one. The longest one, I think easily, by far, I didn't get it at Essen, but I got it before Essen. And I only played it once. And that was, you can see it over my shoulder there. There, yes. 2045. 2045 is a war game about China invading Taiwan in 2045. It takes about 6 hours to play. It's a huge, epic war game. By far, longest game time. Easy to do. Those are that's the big range that I have to deal with there. Most of the games I got are played like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Pretty easy breezy. And I think that's because Asian publishers just want something light and to entice you. Some of the other things that I learned really interesting was that Europeans would buy a whole bunch of small box games. Some of my friends who were volunteering at the All Play booth were like, I saw people who just took every single $9 game and just like, whoosh, boom, and bought like 10 of them. $100, boom, gone. Just because that's just what they do. Some of the other games on this list. Do I have it here? Is it opened up? Yes. Oh, no. Let's see. Oh, yes. Let's talk about this. This is a game I was not expecting to be madly in love with, but man, oh man, is it fantastic. I first played this game from an American publisher, and they said, like, I know I don't like war games. I'm curious to try this. I want to play it with you, and you tell me what you think. And this is really cool. And this is just a dogfight. And it has like 2 little miniatures of like right there. And you're just flying around this board, and you're trying to get behind the other person, and then you just shoot them. That's it. That's it. Very simple game. But like, let's look at it. Like one, it's by Korea board game, so it has great. Like it comes like these four little airplanes there. You can play 1v1, you can play 2v2, you can do 1v1v1v1, this big epic dogfight. Really, really cool. Whole game takes place on this little board here. Let's just unravel this board. Can we do it? I think we can do it. Oh, we did it. That's the board right there, right? And you fly around that board. And what's really cool is that it's kind of like, how do we say, a deck, not a deck builder, but it's, you have a deck of cards. Each plane, and there are 4 planes, right? Each plane has a deck of cards. And you put your deck here. And every time you get hit, you'll take cards from your hand and put it in this little damage pile. Or you take cards from your top of your deck and put it in your damage pile. And when your deck runs out, you ran out of gas and you crash, right? So the whole thing is to be the last person standing, flying. But in addition to that, you also have pilots. And there's like 5 or 6 different pilots that you could be. So you juxtapose that to the different planes. So each plane, or the 4 planes, could have different pilots. And that each pilot has a special ability. And you put that on there. And it's really, really fun. I just have a lot of fun playing this game. It's just seeing all the different weapons of the different of the different pilots, having the different abilities of each plane, has its few cards that can do different things. Really cool, lots of replay value. I had a lot of fun, and most importantly, I felt like I was in a dogfight simulator, and it was just really, really cool to see that. And you could do really cool stunts every now and then, like do a huge big backflip, land up right behind someone, and people are like, no! And it has die rolling, yes, to see if you hit, because it has that war game feel to it. But just it has those stand-up moments where you just roll just right, or someone just completely misses and they're just shocked. I had so much fun playing that game. Great find. Great game. If you are interested in war games at all, if you don't want heavy war games, you want like kind of that light, like Memoir 44 feel, or Undaunted feel, like that's a great one. It's a great game. Definitely check it out. Hello. Fleas App says hello, and I say hello back. Dylan Luciano says, hey Jay, I was at Essen and stopped by and saw Zombie Princess. Wood looks pretty good. Hey, thanks, man. Zombie Princess is great. It's live on Kickstarter right now. This is what the box will look like. It's that thick because it has a lot of components, and we saved room for the upcoming expansion, which will be released in 2027. Jedi Sith says, wow, it sounds like a mix of Undaunted and X-Wing miniatures game. Very interesting. It is. It's really cool. Patty says the Korea board games we've sold out of everything at Essen. Yeah, I think the big winner in terms of like board games from Asia, in my opinion, this year was from Korea. Like Mandu Games and Korea Games just knocked it out of the park. They had tons of great games. Like almost every game they had was a banger, and it was really, really impressive. Let's put this away and then keep on going. Whew. But probably the biggest one was this one, though. I think if there's one winner of Spiel, I think it has to be Railway Boom, and this has a lot of reasons. One, this is designed by Hisashi Hayashi, and this was designed way long ago. I think like 2018, 2019. In fact, let's look it up right now. Let's do Railway Boom. 2022. Okay, like it's not even that much long ago, like 3 years ago. Now, this was the first game. I have the original back there. Again, I'm flexing twice. I got the nice super deluxe edition, and then I have the OG edition. So that's me flexing twice. But it was the first big box game that Hisashi Hayashi did since Yokohama. And yeah, like, what about Bomb Busters? That Bomb Busters came out last year. This came out in 2022. So, but it came out by Sasha Yashi's own publisher, like because every designer has their own publisher, Okazu brand. And then ArcLight, one of the biggest publishers in Japan who run Game Market, picked it up, licensed it, and then they said, hey, in 2023, they told everyone, it's like, hey, we are getting Ian O'Toole to do the artwork, and then we're getting Simone Luciani to do some more development work on it. And then this came out at Spiel for the first time. And so now you have Hayashi, recent Spiel winner, Luciani, and then O'Toole. Three big names in the industry in one game. And it is gorgeous to look at. I think Ian O'Toole did, once again, a fantastic job with the game. And Simone Luciani did a great job developing it. I was disappointed, though, that there aren't two maps. I thought there were going to be two maps. It said it's just one map. And I'm like, man, oh man, I really would have loved one map for the 2-3 player game and then another map for the 4-5 player game. I thought that was going to be, I mean, it's the same cost to have one-sided map versus a two-sided map. But hey, but it's here. It's really cram-packed. Like when you open this up, like you could see rule book, and then after the rule book, it's just a whole bunch of plastic bags because that's all that could fit. And this is the whole game. I don't think this is anything. Oh no, I'm sorry. These are again, you have to Matroska doll everything. These are the upgraded components for Life of the Amazonia, which I was able to pick up from Bad Comic Games. Thank you so much, Bad Comic Games, for this little guy, for these. But like, yeah, this is Railway Boom. All in here. And I love how the components, the colors, everything about this game is great. I'm really, 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 really happy about this. But let's see here. And I think, does it go up to 5? Oh no, it's 4. I swear the original game went up to 5. And I think they just condensed it to 4. But from my understanding, when I was glancing at the rule books, they added a whole new auction phase. Like this game is nuts, dude. Like I'm not a big auction fan, but I do like this game. But like each round of the game has like 4 auctions, and then Simone Luciani's like, you know what? This needs another one. This is a 5. This is a 5 auctions in every round. Just auction, 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 and it's kind of intense. But this is a cube rail game for those who want something a little bit different with your standard cube rail games. So yeah, I think this is probably the big winner. This is the one that that definitely a lot of people were talking about, and that got a big splash. Da-da-da. Let's see. Hop on board. Cheers. Perfect timing to join. I was going to ask you talked about Railway Boom already. Hey, lucky you. And yeah, Railway Boom has 2 entries now. So let's look here. Yes, the original Railway Boom was 2 to 5. This is only 2 to 4. I think that's because maybe they didn't want to do a second map and maybe just want to make that one map tight. And so they did. And man, it just looks gorgeous. It looks really, really nice. Everything about this game looks absolutely lovely. I can't wait to play this one. So yeah, but it's just auctions. Auctions are kind of rough on people, but yeah, and it's a heavy. It's got a good heft to it. Like it's a good solid game. I think this is one that people will be talking about. I mean, when you put this up here and you just look at it, people are gonna be like, "Ooh!" And then you're like, "That looks kind of cool." And then you see right here on the side, Hisashi Hayashi, Simone Luciani, Ian O'Toole. You're like, "Oh!" And people just get knocked out. And they're like, I guess that must be good. Like all those people working together in one game. I was really happy to get up these. These are the upgraded bits for Life of the Amazonia. Speaking of which, Bad Comet just had a great time. They did a great time. They had. I'm so excited that this publisher, Bad Comet, is doing so well. Look at this. The last 3 Kickstarters have all been knocked out of the park. Life of the Amazonia, great game. Wondrous Creatures, phenomenal game. Shallow Sea, great game. Like just boom, 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 knocking it all out of the park. They're gonna do a Wondrous Creatures expansion coming up. That's exciting. It's not gonna go to crowdfunding. It's just gonna go straight to retail. They're like, here's a gift, enjoy it. Ah. So I'm really excited about that. I didn't get a chance to play it. I just know that it exists. I also discovered that if you back the Kickstarter of For Wondrous Creatures, your copy and the second copy of Wondrous Creatures is slightly different. I noticed that. I pointed it out to them. So, oh yeah. You got one of the first printings. I was like, oh, okay. So now it's this weird flex of like I have all the upgraded stuff. I mean, it doesn't affect gameplay. It's just like the corners are rounded because I thought it made it look a little nice. Anyway, one of those weird things that you're like, oh no. We are almost out of time here. So if you have any questions, please type them away. I know we're probably missing a few people because the United States time is weird. It's very weird. I didn't know they had it in Germany, and they have it. So I experienced it in Germany, and then I came to America, and then waited a week, and then it happened again in America. Very cool. Shane asks, did anything sell out that you couldn't get your hands on? No, I don't think so. Everything I wanted to get my hands on, I got. I mean, most of this is just review copies that publishers gave me. Um, and I got so many of these. I didn't get anything from the West except for Carcassonne Winter Edition, which I've been wanting for a long time. Um, no, but a lot of games did sell out. Um, so I'm really happy I didn't miss that. There's a lot of stuff here. There's just so much stuff. Like I didn't really talk about Mandu games much, but Mandu games has knocked it out of the park. Look at this Files from Mephisto. Look at this. They have. I want to get it. I'm gonna open it up. Ah, like I had to get rid of the insert for this. But like look at these. These are metal coins. Like these metal coins are like some serious chonk to them. Like, and they look cool. Like you have this cool little demon skull on one side and like the contract with the other because Mephisto wants to make a contract with Faust. Great, 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 great. I really enjoyed this. Yeah, I think that Mandu Games just does such a phenomenal job. One cool thing, I got to hang out with the CEO of Mandu for a little bit. He taught me that cup the crab, which is a really, it's not phenomenal, but it's a nice solid card game. It used to be a train theme, and I'm like, no, I'm like Cup the Crab. I didn't say that. I probably should have. That would have been perfect. Missed opportunities. But like, yeah, it used to be a train game, and so instead of building cups for eventually a crab to come and then whisk it away, you were just building like cabooses on like just train cars, and then if an engine comes and you send it away, and I'm just like, I'm so glad he changed it to a crab. And he was telling me, he's like, yeah, it used to be a train game. It's like, crabs are so much better. And I mentioned this to him specifically because they do such a great job with their games. Like, this could have been a very easy, forgettable game, but they put so much effort into the art. And look at the art of this is fantastic. Like, this just pops off the shelf. When you look at it, it's like, oh, wow, that looks cool. And the card quality is nice. It comes, I mean, like it's just a deck. It's just two cards and a cool little insert. Um, the game didn't come with these. This is this is bondage tape, or it's Hugo's Amazing Tape if you get it on Amazon. And it's just clear tape that just adheres only to itself. So instead of if you don't want baggies, you could do these. And I do this with some of my games. But yeah, that's Cup the Crab. And I want to mention Mandu Games because I think Mandu Games is like easily becoming one of my favorite publishers of all time. So again, Korea, I think, won Spiel this year. If I had to say it, I had to choose. Well, it's lovely meeting you. Jessica says, I stopped by at your booth. I'm the ginger who played Wondrous Creature expansions. Oh, yes. Hello. Hello, Jessica. Sorry if I missed it. Did you get Ghost of? Yes, I did, Jessica. Woo, here it is. I'm very excited to try this. I'm really looking for it. I'll probably get that done this weekend. Hop on board asks, did you pick up Tropic Chaos? Also, wouldn't be surprised if you already had it. I want to say no. I don't know. Let's look it up on BGG right now. Tropic Chaos. Tropic Chaos. Chaos 2025. Oh, Tropic Chaos is a new Oink game. I did not pick up the new Oink game. The reason is because they're going to be at PAX Unplugged, and I'll just get it there, where I don't have to worry about shipping, weight, and things like that. So I didn't pick up any Oink at Spiel because they're going to be at PAX Unplugged, and I figured it's just easier for me to get it there as opposed to Spiel. So yes, I did not get Tropic Chaos. I'm going to get it at PAX Unplugged. Yeah, and that is the reason why, because it's just easier for me to get it in my own country, and I can just drive it home as opposed to ship it because, woo, it's mucho bucks. Yeah, it was not cheap to ship, but I did get a lot of free review games, so I'm gonna even that out to that. Although I think I could have fit all this into one check-in luggage if I had check-in luggage to check in. So yes, there is that. I mean, there's so many other games here to play, like the new Sashi game, Shall We Dance, is just absolutely lovely. I really, really enjoyed this game. I got it before Spiel. I got a chance to play it. This is a really nice, cute, clever game. I think Sashi's been doing such a great job lately because all his designs are just super, super smooth. And you could tell that he just like had this idea, puffed it up, and then trimmed it down into its core thing, and it just flows super well. And it's just a very simple set collection game about dancing. And it's always great to see Takako Takarai's artwork. It just always brings a smile to my face. River Woods is another game from Singapore. There it is. And I'm really curious about it. Like, it's just, I don't know what it was. Like, there's something about River Woods. I really like tile games. I like tile games that have meeples on it. And that's exactly what's here on the back. And so I'm really curious about this one. George is a good designer, and I'm always curious to see what George does. Dragonarium, though. This will probably be my next upcoming video because there's a Kickstarter for this launching soon-ish. This is a abstract game from Taiwan, and not only with that, but there's this weird verticality to the game that's just, it's really, really cool. Essentially, like you're going to be placing these tiles onto your board, and you're going to be scoring the area of the green here, and you're going to multiply that number by the height, because you're going to be stacking tiles. So if you stack, if there's a green tile that's like 3 high, then it'll be 3 times the number of green squares in the largest cluster, and that's your green score. The dragons are there because they could turn, you can't place any more tiles on top because dragons there. And then it makes this one, like this one is a red dragon on a blue tile. That means that this tile is both red and blue. So there's a little bit that you have to do there about trying to place things certain up, and that's it. It's really, really simple. You just draft tiles and you place a tile, almost like King Domino-esque. If you had wanted to have a King Domino vertical abstract game, that's what this is. And it's really, really clever. Very simple, but there's this fascinating verticality to it where you're trying to stack the tiles up as high as you can, and you're limited to the space that you can spread out. You can't just sprawl out, like you have to stack. And that makes the game really, really fun. And what's cool is that they have, each player board has 2 sides. There's one where everything's the same, and the one where everyone's unique. That's my favorite way to play. I think that's a lot more dynamic, a lot more interesting. Anyways, everyone, it's been great chatting with all of you. Brooke says, great seeing you, Jay. Hope to catch you at PAX Unplugged. No, Brooke. We're definitely going to catch up at PAX Unplugged. I'm definitely going to see you there. We'll definitely have breakfast or something. I definitely want to hang out with you and chat and catch up with you. And that was the last one I'm going to talk about. I could talk about all these games here, but I'm really glad for everyone to showing up. There are so many games here to talk about, but I only have so much time because it's lunch and I'm quite hungry. So everyone, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. If you'd like to see this live stream Q&A more often, then please consider joining my Patreon and joining the awesome Discord where we share things about Asian board games all the time. There's not many people there, but the people who are there are very cool, very chatty, and very friendly and very nice. Everyone's well behaved. Thank you for that. So once again, everyone, my name's Jay. I play board games from Asia. I share what I find with all of you. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.